Hey everybody, my name is Trey Cook, and today we're going to be talking about what is not seen and what is in between a martial artist when they enter for competition. Uh, we're going to be talking about generally what goes on during that in-between time that you don't see. I'm able to talk about this because I've done multiple martial art competitions. I've been a member of the audience. I've done this for my whole life, so I'm pretty well knowledgeable in this one. So we're going to hit on three main things. What are they doing in between the fights? We're going to be talking about the importance, why this topic is important itself, and we're going to try to clear up any common misconceptions people have about martial arts. So first, we're going to talk about what are they doing? What are they doing in between the fight, preparing for the fight? One of the most common things you will see a martial artist doing in between the fight and entering is going to be praying, he's going to be reading, he's going to be stretching, he's going to be he's going to do anything he can to get rid of some of those pre-fight nerves, to get rid of those butterflies in the stomach, because he's about to enter a large crowd, a large audience with a very high energy. Another thing they like to do, especially on a professional level, they like to hit the pads, stretch, so they don't enter the competition code, and this helps reduce long-term injuries or pulling muscles, overextension, things like that. So we're going to talk about next why this topic is important. This topic is important because a lot of martial artists are some of the kindest people you'll ever meet, but because of the sport they participate in, they get this negative stigma. This negative stigma is usually you join martial arts to be to be physically assertive over someone else. You like violence. You like hitting and hurting people. Most martial artists definitely aren't that way. There may be some, but most aren't. A lot of martial artists, they were bullied when they were younger. So to help live that peaceful life, they became well adapted and skilled in martial arts. That way they can live confident lives knowing that they can protect themselves. Another thing about the negative stigma is that martial artists are violent. According to Bush, in 2017, three researchers at UCLA and Bar Island did a research of a lot of information, important documents, and stated that martial artists tend to be less aggressive and violent than their counterparts. This will lead to our third one, common misconceptions about martial artists. So one big misconception people have about martial artists is that all martial artists compete. I'm a martial artist, I do not compete anymore. I get too old for it, I don't like the violence. Those are a couple of reasons. Some also participate in martial arts that actually don't involve any physical competition, like martial arts like Tai Chi. Tai Chi is that martial art you see old people doing in the park. It's the slow moving, it's very methodic, it's been tied to meditative purposes. Another misconception people have about martial arts is it's dangerous. Well, all sports are dangerous. Martial arts is only as dangerous as you make it. It's dangerous. The most common injuries to martial artists are lack of stretching, lack of attention while participating in these events. So if you don't stretch, you're more likely to pull a muscle. That can be said about baseball, basketball, and every other sport. So, in summary, we talked about what are martial artists doing between their competitions and before they enter the ring. We talked about the importance of this topic, and we talked about common misconceptions people have. I want to thank you guys for your time, and thank you.